Rust and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Tuesday. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. It is draft week, and the draft is here in Wisconsin, in Green Bay. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. I believe he's continuing the trend of wearing Packer gear every day this week.
Go Pack Go until Thursday and Friday. I got a nice little surprise courtesy of Nick Bonnie's. Well, I'm going to be suited and booted on Thursday and Friday.
Suited?
Suited, and it's draft
Does
day.
the lining inside have Packer anything?
You'll have to wait and see.
Do you think
That's a
you're
no.
getting drafted?
It's draft
He's pretending
day.
like he is.
It's draft day. I got to get suited and booted like the athletes, baby.
So you're going to wear a suit
I'm
at
getting
the
a
draft.
custom-fitted suit from Nick Bonnie's here in Milwaukee.
Okay, how about that?
Thursday and Friday, baby.
Good for you.
Can't wait to see you stand out like a sore thumb.
Oh, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to look so good on the stream. I cannot wait.
Do you like wearing suits?
Oh, I love wearing suits. I'm so handsome. I'm not saying that because it's me. I'm saying it
Will,
because
were you just
This is
listening to the
weird.
conversation we just had on Mr. Irrelevant, which is a draft special from noon to 2 across ESPN Wisconsin?
Yes, Alex Strofe calling himself handsome.
Alex Strofe calls himself handsome, and you are now in the category of Alex Strofe of calling yourself handsome.
Listen, every time we put, Will, can you put up the break screen, this break of me and my tux? Every time we put that up, somebody makes comments like, where's Kyle? He looks so good.
I don't know about that good part.
No, whenever I put on a suit, I look handsome. Strofe is just delusional. I'm being real. I didn't say I'm handsome every day. I said when I put on a suit, I'm very handsome. So wait, Thursday and Friday, our ratings are going to be through the roof because I'm going to look so good up there in Green Bay.
800-990-3776. I don't think KBA Nation cares about what you look like more than what you say, and if what you say is worth anything to them. Because right now you're on a bad track record. You're 0-7 on your last 7 bets you've been doing. You said Kyle Kuzma was going to play a big part of the Bucks' first game. He had 0 points.
That's not AI.
0
Kyle said
rebounds.
that. I don't know why you.
That's not AI, Kyle.
That was
Strophe.
I'm here now. I just want to confirm. I do think Kyle is handsome. Kyle, do you think I'm handsome?
I mean, you know, you can look a certain way. You know, you can clean up a little bit.
What's a certain way mean?
What does a certain way mean?
Hey, look at him smiling on the screen right now. He's a decent looking man. He has a whole girlfriend, a whole real girlfriend. So that's all he needs.
That's true.
She believes you're handsome.
Just got to give credit where credit's due because I'm late. Brad, great line. Great line. Do you think you're getting drafted?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why else anyone else would wear a suit to the draft.
I think I heard a rumor Ben's wearing a suit to the draft.
I'm wearing a sport coat, but not a suit.
Wait.
You can't be one up by Kyle.
Are we dressing up for the draft?
We got to dress up.
You should. I can get you hooked
we gotta
up.
Dress up.
No, I don't enjoy dressing up. Why are we dressing up in like a sport
so
coat
Brad,
and suit?
Because we're business folks. This is
Brad, you are renowned for wearing sweatpants and athletic shorts to work every day.
Yes, I was.
What were you planning on wearing Thursday?
I was doing something slightly more elevated than that.
What is that?
A polo?
I was gonna do like, you know how there are those like the pants that you wear every day, Ben. It's like the athleisure type of pants,
khaki, easy, breathable
yes,
pants.
with something like a quarter zip on top, just kind of athlete
NFL
relaxed.
draft quarter zip?
I don't have an NFL draft quarter zip.
Brad, you dressed in finance for years.
And I hated it.
Right. Well, we're only asking you to do it for 2 days. You only have to be that good looking.
2 days? He's not even going to be there Friday.
Just one day. One day,
But why are we wearing suits to the NFL draft?
Because we are
it's a
Kyle
sporting
Brust
event.
and Norman. This is a national this is the international stage we're going to be on. Do you realize there are going to be people with cameras that walk past and see Kyle Brust and Norman and go, "Ooh, look, take photos of us."
They have
We
suits
need to
on.
look
They
good.
must be important.
Exactly.
Let's say. Basically,
Strofe, don't wear a suit.
The players,
You'll ruin us.
The players and Ben and Kyle are going to be wearing suits in all of Green Bay.
That's not true.
Yeah,
at
there could be a
all.
lot of people there who wear suits.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a suit.
The people that we are
Glazer.
going to be entertaining at the wonderful activation that we have as part of Good Karma Brands isn't just Joe and Jeff off the street.
And they're going to be wearing suits to Green Bay, Wisconsin for the draft.
I think
jeans with at least a jacket, open tie, no tie shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna look good. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I can understand that jeans and like a sport coat, but a full suit is mind blowing to me.
Brad,
mind-blowing.
I can't wait. You're not going to be able to see my Friday outfit because you're not going to be there. My Friday outfit, boy, I'm telling y'all, look good. Second round pick.
So, what's our rule here on Kyle Bruston-Ortman? Good news or bad news first?
What do you mean good news or bad
Don't
news?
we always do bad
news first?
Wait,
Yeah.
why are we
we
doing
polled
this?
that at some point.
Okay, so what are we doing? Why do we have bad news?
Well, what's the worst possible scenario that the Packers can end up doing at pick 23?
This is what we're doing, huh?
Well, then we can get to the best possible scenario.
Oh, okay.
So, bad news, good news. We start with the bad news. KBN Nation can fill us in on theirs. Kyle, Brad, myself, Strofe, if he's around or not taking a nap, can do so as well. 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. See us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And let us know your worst case scenario for Thursday for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, as a Green Bay Packers fan, faithful, really excited for the draft. This is one of our favorite times of the offseason and one of the favorite times of the years for a lot of us Packers fans. Now, KBN Nation, I'm all positivity going into Thursday. But the worst draft scenario that can happen for me, that can send me in a tizzy and make me all emotional and have a long drive home saying and cussing things under my lip and under my breath, driving home mad at Goody, will simply be this. If the Green Bay Packers have the draft board that shakes out where you get to the number 3 pick and all of a sudden there's a top wide receiver
Number
that we
3
all,
pick or 23rd?
23rd. And so whether it is a top wide receiver that we all love who happens to be there that will be a steal, or a cornerback that may slip to 23, or a pass rusher that slips to 23. We have these great options on the board where all the fans are saying, oh my gosh, we could get that guy. We could get this guy. I can't believe he slid. And then Goody hands in the slip. And with the first round pick, the Green Bay Packers select an offensive lineman. That is the worst possible scenario. Is the Packers have great options on the board at wide receiver to fill a need, great options on the board at D-line to potentially fill a need, or great options on the board at cornerback to fill a need, and the Green Bay Packers say, nope, we're going to go with another offensive lineman and build for the future and not build for now. That is the worst case scenario the Green Bay Packers can see on Thursday.
Wow, worst case scenario. I
think there's some worse cases than that.
What could be worse than that?
I'll give you one.
Let's hear it.
How about the Green Bay Packers trade up? They trade, let's say, a second round draft pick this year and next year's first, and they go and get a quarterback. That would be the worst case scenario.
That's not realistic.
Worst case scenario, they draft Shedeur Sanders. They move up and they draft Shedeur Sanders. You got Jordan Love, your franchise quarterback. You got Shedeur Sanders bringing in all sorts of drama. You were locked into Jordan Love, and maybe they're thinking about the future. It would call into question everything about what the Green Bay Packers are trying to do. Are you trying to win now? Are you trying to win later? Do you believe in Jordan Love? Do you have a franchise quarterback? Everything would be a question mark with the Green Bay Packers. So the worst case scenario, underline worst, the Packers give up draft picks and they need more dudes on the team to go get a guy like Shedeur Sanders, calling everything into question.
That's not even a realistic. The thing you should have.
How do you know though?
The Packers
is worst case scenario.
No, the Packers are the Packers.
Do you know what
are
worst case scenario means?
Yeah, worst case scenario is a lot of things, but that's not even realistic. I gave a realistic situation and solution. Here's another thing that could happen: the Green Bay Packers don't have a lot of first round picks, don't have a lot of picks this year in the draft. The worst case scenario is the Green Bay Packers trade out of the first round. Not only trade out of the first round, they trade out of the first round, they trade with the arch rivals, not even rivals, the most hated Chicago Bears. The Bears have 2 second-round picks. What if the Bears come calling and knocking to get that 23rd pick and the Packers say, okay, give us your first-round pick and your 2 seconds? That'd be even worse that you're giving the Bears more ammunition for this year and you're not building the roster for this year.
But Goody stinks in the first round anyway. So might as well just get more
Keep your worst scenarios coming because one of these is actually kind of interesting to me because I didn't rule it out. It's not going to happen in the first round, but with the way that the contract is laid out, as we talk about any contract as it pertains to the Green Bay Packers right now, it's usually front-loaded, right? Worst case, they draft a running back because they always worry about the future, and Jacobs is not getting any younger. And he says he would lose it. This is worst case, Kyle.
This is unrealistic. Don't y'all know Goody?
Do you know Goody? Because your best case.
I do know Goody.
Your best case is probably your worst case scenario.
Running back in the first round for the Packers. I don't think if the Packers may have never.
They drafted A.J. Dillon in the second round.
I don't know if the Packers have ever drafted a running back in the first round. If they did, it was maybe Paul Hornung in 1965.
That would
Right,
be
1958.
That would be utterly hilarious to draft a running back. So forward thinking that we're like, you know what? Josh Jacobs in 2 years from now, he might get a little tired from all that workload. We got to start thinking about that now.
Worst case scenario is definitely from an entertainment value of every Packer fan anxious to see what they do is trading out of the first round, getting multiple second round picks, and then drafting all 3 picks with an RAS score, an relative athletic score of 9.95 and above. No idea if they have been production and if they've had strong production in college, but literally continuing to draft the way that Green Bay does. And 2 of the 3 that they end up getting are defensive edge and cornerbacks that you're just like, ooh, look at those guys. They got all the measurables. And likely...
you said that's the worst case scenario? That is a likely case scenario.
Yeah, I was going to say, both yours are likely to happen.
The likely worst case scenario.
That they draft RAS score guy?
Yeah.
That's the same. So you're basically saying what they've been doing in the past is a worst case scenario.
Based off the way that the first round's been going, yeah,
I mean, that makes more sense.
Maybe that is in worst case scenario.
No, it's likely. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's likely.
Likely I gave a worst case scenario.
No, you gave a...
The worst case scenario is someone who texted in they drafted a long snapper in the first round.
Yeah, you might as well say, or a punter.
At least he could probably play. If you draft a quarterback, he's behind Jordan Love. Everything gets called into question.
That's just nonsense.
But Kyle, you know, like when people like sit back and they think about for planet Earth, what's the worst case scenario?
I don't know.
It's like catastrophic. It's a meteor hitting.
Yeah,
it's not
the dinosaurs get killed like we did.
We have one hurricane, kind of like that. We're talking about cataclysmic worst case scenario.
Big Bang Theory.
I don't think that's necessarily a worst case scenario. It brought everything into being.
Yeah, that was a good start to us.
What do you mean? If we had the Big Bang now, you know who's banging out? You and me. We're all gone. Ain't nobody here if we have the Big Bang then. It'd be an NFL draft, be the least of our worries who the Packers drafted. What is that?
Fair.
It's pretty big.
When you say Big Bang, what are you talking about?
The Big Bang Theory is when the meteor hit the Earth.
No, Big Bang Theory is the beginning of the universe.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was wait. What's the?
I'm not the smartest on history here.
Big Bang Theory is that there was basically nothing, and then in an instant, boom, the universe.
Oh, I thought a meteor hit.
No.
That's how the dinosaurs became extinct.
Oh. There was already a universe. You didn't need to bang.
I didn't think that one. I didn't pay attention in school. I thought those were all part of the same thing.
Would it be the worst case scenario if Goody drafted an offensive lineman and then a meteor came to end your misery, Kyle?
Oh, wow.
Well, how much I don't want offensive lineman. I do like life. I do enjoy.
There you go. All right, we're on the bright side here.
We need to decide which scenario is worse.
Oh, mine is
Ben's,
far
which
worse.
is they go back and draft 3 high RAS, unproven, high production guys, or 1 offensive line for Kyle Wallace.
Oh, no. The worst case scenario for the Green Bay Packers is, let's just put it out there. We can just say, Tech McMillan, everybody that we're talking about, Tataroa McMillan, the receiver out of Arizona, he's on the board. Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan, on the board. And the Harmon kid out of Oregon, all on the board. All really good guys who probably won't be available at 23, but if they are, they're guys that probably slid for any reason. They're all on the board, and they just draft some off the line.
I would say worst case scenario is they trade up and draft an offensive lineman then.
Yeah. I think
trade up.
The
wide receivers are on the board. Kyle's like, oh my God, they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
That probably is the worst
They're going to do it.
If they're going to get a guy who we don't want and it gets compounded by trading up, we will give up our second round draft pick to move up to get a guy we don't need.
I can just tell y'all this right now. The Packers are likely not to trade up because they don't have a lot of picks this year. This isn't a usual year where they have a lot of draft picks, and we know Goody likes to take swings at it. So I can see more likely them trading back than trading up this year.
Certainly, I think I agree with that.
Boy, I would bend that last one. That would hurt my soul.
I knew that would hit you in the heart.
They about to go get the boy.
I want them to trade up so bad for the 5 seconds of. The Packers have traded up for the 17th pick in the NFL draft.
Oh, my gosh. And then draft the dang offensive lineman.
They have drafted Kelvin Banks Jr., who's probably like available still, who was projected like late first, and they go get their guy, and it's not your guy.
For Goody to say after, we really love him. He's a guy that really projects good for the future. So we'll see what happens this year, but we really feel like down the road he can help protect Jordan Love. Oh, I'll be so mad.
Yeah, he can work his way up and down the line.
And then
versatile.
And then the next pick after they trade up is Tet.
Boy, I'm telling you, if we pass on Tet, I'm going to have a problem.
Josh and Kenosha are on the Carbless Talking text line. What's your worst case scenario for the Green Bay Packers?
Okay, so I can't remember exactly what year, but I think it was like either late 90s or early 2000s when Minnesota failed to get a pick in. They ran out of time because they were goofing around.
That's a good worst case scenario. In Green Bay, draft is there.
That's so good. I think when it happened, too, other teams...
They heard it been drafted.
They just start throwing their picks in. I think they got passed up by a couple teams.
At least twice, I want to say they got passed up. It was quick.
That's
crazy.
Tough.
That's a great submission.
It was in 2003. They had the 7th overall pick, and they were trying to make a trade with the Ravens, and then time just ran out. So
hate to see it. Actually, don't hate to see it.
I love to see it. I love to see it back then.
Wow.
This is the sound of what could be the best or worst case scenario. I love that sound. It gives you a little chills. Brad obviously knows that sound better than anyone as he was drafted in the NFL. I also want to know the best sounds in sports. I don't care what it is. We've sent a bunch of audio to Will to play throughout the show. Will in for Alex Strofe. It's Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Now, since we did bad news first, let's go good news. Let's live in fantasy land because it's probably whatever we want ain't what Goot wants. What's the best case scenario for the Green Bay Packers? 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and text line. Liss is more. Speaking of Liss, Brad, tell us about what's going on there.
Oh, I can always talk about Carbless because I'm always enjoying a Carbless. I know that when we get to Green Bay this weekend, I know when KBN is done at 5:01, I'm going to be putting a Carbless in my hand and enjoying every bit of the festivities. And there's a lot to enjoy. In this year, 2025, the new flavors of Carbless, Tropical Bliss Variety Pack and the Mango Vodka Cocktail, I am seeing it all over. I know I go to my local grocer and bam, right there at the end of the aisle, I'm picking up a Tropical Bliss Variety Pack because I want that blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit, and also that Mango Vodka Cocktail. So delicious, crisp, clean, like a passport to paradise, each one of those flavors. And it has everything that you know and love about Carbless. Low carbonation, that means high flavor. Zero sugar, zero carbs, zero gluten, just 100 calories. So say goodbye to guilt and hello to high flavor and hello to good times with Carbless. If you haven't tried it yet, now is finally the time to do it. It is unlike any other product on the market. Enjoy you a Carbless and experience why less is more.
Best case scenarios. We got to turn the page from the worst case scenarios. 800-990-3776. The best case scenario for the Packers in the first round would be what for you? 800-990-3776. Hit us with it next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
I feel like KBN Nation would agree, Kyle, that Ben has most of the issues on
I
this
think
panel.
I would agree that I have the most flaws on this show as well. Brad's freaking perfect.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker. It's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. For a limited time, enjoy exclusive seasonal rates starting at $139. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Oh my gosh, Allie, did you look at Janet's roof? Ugh, it's like so flat. It looks like one of those roofing contractor commercials.
Who even understands those roofing guys anyways?
I like flat roofs and I cannot lie. You other contractors can't deny. TPO way up high. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring.
If you want a roof that's worth staring at, Avondale Roofing is where you go. Your roofing experts for over 30 years. AvondaleRoofing.com.
Some road trips are about the journey, others are where they take you. And sometimes, the best destinations are just across the Wisconsin border. There you'll find Higher Love stands out with the largest selection of products at an unbeatable value, making every trip worth it. Less than an hour from Green Bay, and just over 2 from Milwaukee, Higher Love in Menominee is closer than you think. Come see why they are voted best in Michigan. Also find them in Ironwood or any of their 9 UP locations. Start your trip at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest until 2030, plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Whose favorite song or sound is this?
This is me right here. This is nostalgia.
Marv Albert.
This is so good.
It just makes you think
90s,
of MJ, right?
Yeah.
Jordan baseline jumper, yes.
Jordan's back to claim what he believes is his after being gone and retiring.
We got to work on your.
I don't know who it is. I don't know.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, part-time Will running the show. Nothing will top the NFL draft sounder. I mean, it might be the GOAT of sounders. Maybe I'm a little prisoner at the moment. Right, Will? You don't have that one ready to go? I know you do. Do.
It's so good. It's so good. You gotta love hearing that 250 sometimes, or whatever it is.
A lot. Mm-hmm. I think they did a whole story on it on ESPN about how they came up with the sound, something like that.
I do love how some sounds and some songs can just take you to a certain place in time.
100%.
First time you heard it, you just know where you were. It's time for the best case scenarios. We did the worst case scenarios because we like to start bad news and then go to good news. Bad news is they trade up and break Kyle's heart by not taking somebody that would help them with production right away, and they go, hey, we got the future to look out for.
That would be definitely bad news if the Packers did that. That trade up scenario, Ben, that really made me feel odd inside. I Don't like how my chest was feeling when you said
I
that.
really killed your vibe.
No, you did, because that is actually worse than them waiting and sitting back and passing on people. Them going to go get.
Well, let's see if Dakota in Madison at 800-990-3776 has the best case scenario to make Kyle feel warm and fuzzy again. You're up on the Carbless Talking text line, Dakota.
Yeah, I think Goody fixes his name and stays put, and Tet McMillan or Matthew Golden are there, and he grabs them. And then just to put the cherry on top, he packages something in the second round to go grab Shamar Stewart or Michael Williams, who fell after everybody else took all the offensive linemen we thought he was going to take. So you get an edge rusher and one of the receivers, and we're set and ready to go.
There it is from Dakota.
That was literally mine. That Tet McMillan falls, and then whether it be James Pierce Jr. or Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart. Yeah. That's one of those guys.
1.5 sacks,
because
I think.
Then by the end of Thursday night, the Green Bay Packers team, I think, would be ready to compete. I think you keep Jair, different conversation, and then every position group that you thought you needed to work in,
They're
you're
not
good to go.
keeping Jair.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about best case scenario.
I mean,
keep Jair. You get your wide receiver one. You get your DN.
Right, you had imaginary friends, didn't you? You talked to imaginary.
We're talking about best case scenario, but dream big. We're not dreaming big enough.
No, I can tell you had because you got a big dream, big imagination,
big dreams, lots
fake
of
reality. I see,
yeah.
But you made it to the NFL probably because you just said, "I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it."
That's right.
It went from making it as a linebacker, tight end to a punter, but you made it.
I mean, we all got to make some concessions.
I mean, you made a good concession.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario from Josh from Heartland is Aaron Rodgers comes out in a number 12 Vikings jersey to announce the Vikings pick.
That would be interesting.
I don't know if that's worst case scenario. I think that would just be wild.
That would be juicy.
I kind of want that to happen.
Best scenario for the Packers from Craig on the Carbless Talking text line: a player pick swap with the Bengals. The Bengals get Jair, the second and third pick, a future second round pick for Hendrickson, and the 17th pick.
I would do that.
Wait, we get the 17th pick in this scenario?
But we also give up second and third and Jair.
Well, we get the
ain't no way
that sounds too good to be true. That sounds like Madden cheat mode.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, you're right.
Trade the seventh round
is
for a
best
first round.
case scenario.
This is best case scenario. You're right, Ben. So imagine
Greg in the 608. In terms of a best case scenario, again, we got to be careful with throwing Jair into all this because nobody wants Jair's contract.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
They trade this year's first and next year's first and Jair to take Travis Hunter.
I wouldn't be super opposed to that.
Well, I mean, based off the way we've talked about Goody's first round picks.
He's Travis Hunter's a lock, right? And now you get a guy that can contribute on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball.
Now,
he's a special talent.
Is there a difference between best case scenario and off the rocker scenario?
I mean, Brad, come on, you answer.
Yeah, you've been off the rocker.
Best case scenarios, boys. You aren't dreaming big enough. You aren't dreaming big enough.
Okay, I mean, yeah, dream.
Yeah, what's your best case scenario?
I mean, my best case scenario. See, what I did was I approached this as thinking best case scenario things that could actually happen. And the best case scenario, we already talked about it. It's Tetaroa.
Just call him Tet. You did for Cooper DeJean.
T-Mac, whatever you want to call him, that is the best case scenario. I'm not going to lie to y'all right now. And this is like the best realistic case scenario because he's been falling. If he falls to the Green Bay Packers, I'm telling y'all right now, KB and Nation, is that this would be a gift. It would absolutely be a gift if Tet was to fall to the Green Bay Packers because he solves the problem that you had at receiver. You don't have a real number one wide receiver. Now you get a big body, a guy with a large catch radius, a guy that knows how to get that yak. Y'all know what that yak is, Brad?
I know what that yak is, Kyle.
I love that yak, and I'm talking about yards after catch. He makes guys miss. I'm telling y'all this right now. If he was to fall and the Packers were to draft him, all our conversations about receiver, just call him, he's like Brandon McManus. Remember before Brandon McManus, we talked about kicker.
Yeah.
You draft Tet, you're no longer talking about receiver. You're talking about how dynamic this room is. And boy, what can they look like if they get Christian Watson back?
I can't even fathom how good this offense would be. Healthy Jordan Love, playing closer to end of 2023 Jordan Love. You've got a revamped O-line. You got Josh Jacobs. You got tight ends, and you got a number one wide receiver with then good depth. I mean, I love Jaden Reed and Dobbs and Wicks. I love those guys for good depth, B receivers. You throw a true wide receiver one on it. Wow, this offense would be top three.
Wow.
AJ in Baltimore, welcome into Kyle Bruston and Nortman. Hopefully you're listening on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. Welcome in. What's your best case scenario?
You know it. Love the app.
App is great. Thanks, guys. Best case, Goody finagles a trade with Miami and sends Jair down for Jalen Ramsey. And then our wide receiver one falls to us at 23 while locking up maybe a Loveless or in the second round.
I like it.
Actually, this is
that.
actually, we talk about realistic. I mean, it would be a shocker if they did a swap of disgruntled cornerbacks.
That's where you lose me.
No, it would be shocking, but you don't know, right? Like this is actually, and in the second round, I don't like Lovelace. He's a jerk. But
who?
Colston Loveland, the tight end.
We need more jerks.
We don't need a tight end.
He's a wad.
How do you know that?
So he played at Michigan, and he,
inside info, maybe.
No, I just saw him. He's literally a jerk. At the end of the game, he was jaw jacking and pushing guys.
Good.
But the
Packers need more edge.
You can't have both. No, I want you to jaw jack and swing. I don't want you to jaw jack. Now that's why I don't like Tyrese Halliburton, because he ain't about that life. Listen, I want people who will actually swing, not people who like to talk. And then when people start trying to swing,
you're the same way. You're all talk. You're not a swinger.
You're getting people's head with your words.
Look at you. You smiled right at me because you know it.
He said, I'm not a talker. I'm a swing. I'm a
You're a talker, not a swinger.
No, I like to swing.
All bark and no bite.
Get his ass, Will.
You're gonna let Will talk to you like that?
Put a little liquid in my system and do something crazy. You find out.
Not brave enough to do it without that?
No, I mean, come on now. Do you
not tough enough to do it without a little liquid courage?
Do you understand how enraged you have to be to hit another human being? Like that is crazy.
I've never done it before.
No, I know you haven't, but you got to be like, something's got to spark you to do that. Like not having anything in you and doing that, it just seems odd. Like, I can't imagine. Yeah.
See, you're all talk.
No,
that's your punch.
He goes, yeah.
I gotta have an out-of-body experience.
We don't want you to have one.
Blind with rage.
Yeah, if it's not that, then why would I hit anybody?
Best case scenarios coming in on the Carbless Talk and text line. People are chiming in with many of them that I'm starting to feel like. See, now we got a dream scenario coming in. Is a dream scenario a best scenario? Brad, you tell us.
I think so.
Trade this year's first and a 2026 third for Garrett Wilson.
This year's first, so you're giving up 2 first-round picks for Garrett Wilson?
This year's first and a 2026 third.
Oh,
listening is a skill.
I would entertain that to get your wide receiver one.
No, I would. I would 100%.
Who's still on a rookie contract? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a rookie. Not gonna lie to you, Garrett Wilson's gonna.
Oh, you're a Goody guy. Look at you.
No, but hear me out. Garrett Wilson is only a year away. After this season, what he's gonna want? He's gonna get paid. Money.
If he's good enough, it's worth it.
Packers don't like paying people like that unless they really love them.
Best case scenario, Duke Carter goes live wearing a gas mask before the draft and he falls to 23.
Who?
Abdul Carter.
Oh, I just said Duke Carter. Oh, yeah, boy, go. Hey, 420 was on Monday. Get that boy some more.
Wasn't it on Sunday?
Sunday. Yesterday
Easter
was Monday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Easter Sunday.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Just don't drive recklessly. Just do something to make them question to the fall.
Somebody ship that man a gas mask. I got you, Abdul.
You know people?
Higher Love, right?
That sure is right.
Make one call.
Just over the border. FindHigherLove.com/CBD. But joining us next for his best and worst case scenario is Packers Hall of Famer, former 7th round pick, Mark Tauscher joins us next on Kyle Brust and Nordman.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN.
Kyle, I love you.
Can't say the same.
That's fair.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
Whether tailgating or hosting at home, don't serve boring, bland food. As the official grill of the Green Bay Packers, Pit Boss brings the heat with a wide range of wood pellet grills, smokers, and hardwood pellet fuel. Reach another level of flavor that can't be achieved with a charcoal or gas grill, and it's beyond easy. Seriously, Pit Boss grills get cooking with just a few simple steps. Grill, smoke, bake, roast, braise, char grill, barbecue, and direct flame sear. The all-in-one Pit Boss does it all. Learn more today at pitboss-grills.com.
Hey, Gina, did you hear about the draft?
Wayne, there's no draft at Pella.
There's definitely a draft. Right, Wildy?
Yeah,
everybody's talking about it.
Pella windows are constructed of the highest quality. No drafts. But Pella should be everyone's number one pick because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get no interest financing options or free glass upgrades.
So where is the draft?
Coon. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply in Sport 30-2025.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
If the amazing regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics provided relief for former pro football player Bobby Carpenter, imagine the potential for your aching joints.
So my knee had been bothering me for a while. I played football for a number of years. I looked at talking to some doctors when I need to potentially have surgery, and I decided, hey, let's check out QC Kinetics. I go in there, and they look at the knee. Hey, here's the program that we can put you through.
That treatment takes your body's own healing properties and concentrates them at the root of the pain. No surgery or downtime.
The best part was there's no recovery until one day I felt like, hey, this feels like my old self again. I feel better. It's helped me. It's helped my dad. Hopefully it will help you in the same way. My message to them is do not wait. So you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Take it from Bobby Carpenter. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not going to sit here and panic about it.
Green and Gold Hall of Famer.
It's not apples to apples. For you, it is.
Solving the world's problems one day at a time.
Everybody doesn't grow and evolve at the same time.
It's Mark Tauscher.
Did you guys hang up on me, or am I hanging up
on Kyle Bruston Nortman?
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it.
Joining us now on Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is the Packers Hall of Famer, former NFL 7th round pick, Mark Tauscher. Old T, welcome into Kyle Bruston Nortman.
It took you a while. Did you forget that I was a 7th round pick?
I was going to take a stab at the actual pick number, but I was like, let's just not just shoot from the hip. 224. I'll remember that forever. That's my area code, 224. Old T, we've been maybe getting a little too far away from the thesis here. We got into dream scenarios, but ultimately, knowing how Goody drafts, what do you think would be the worst case scenario from your opinion and the best case scenario?
I don't know if there is a worst case. Worst case scenario, you draft a bad player, but we won't know that. I don't know if there is a worst case, like from a position outside of drafting a quarterback or a specialist. Is there a spot that you're going to look at and say, oh my God, that sucks? Like if they're a good player?
Well, that's interesting because Jason had ruled out a lot of positions yesterday. I think.
What did he rule out?
Josh Jacobs being the running back.
Let me tell you something. Whoa. If Ashton Genty drops, I know he's not going to. The Packers will grab him. They'll run that pick up there.
mean,
if Ashton Genty is there.
Yeah, I mean that one is unlikely.
So,
safeties?
Yeah, well, sure, but it could happen. We've
Safeties?
seen it before. I would think safety might be the one spot that you probably steer clear of, but
tight end.
If there's somebody that is Xavier McKinney-esque, you go grab him. But yeah, I would think safety would be the next spot on that thing. But I think from the worst case scenario that you can never have enough good football players, blah blah blah. We all get that. I think from a best case scenario, we draft an absolute dog at X at the wide receiver spot. That I think would be that to me would be, oh my gosh, we have a need. We found a guy. He's a field stretcher. He is a dominant player. I think if we come out of this draft with that guy, and there's no more who's the number one wide receiver questions, and then everybody else kind of falls in and finds their role, and the offense has that component from this year's draft, you're going to look back and say, Goody hit it out the park.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, there's going to be, okay, well, what are we going to do with this spot? Because we all hoped that we would not have to deal with that spot for this year's draft. That obviously didn't happen in last year's spot. So the best case scenario to me would be that.
Does part of the fact that Watson and Dobbs are coming up on contracts actually add to the real chance that this is something that happens for the first time since 2002?
I do. Yeah, I think that is, and I think the fact that Watson is hurt.
Correct.
And I think the inconsistency at that spot last year, I mean, we all hope that guys grow and will become that guy, but if there is somebody that fits that mold and they're available at that spot, it would make a ton of sense. And I keep coming back to when Green Bay has went first round at the wide receiver spot. You've got 2 Hall of Famers. It only happened 4 times, and 2 of them are Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Tausch, you're getting me all sorts of excited because I've been on the Packers are drafting a wide receiver round 1 bandwagon for about 3 months now. So if that happens, boy, oh boy, we are partying and throwing a parade up in Green Bay. But Tausch, let me ask
like you said, it's still got to be.
Unless it's Jalen Reagor. Hey, Philadelphia drafted a wideout. I had a Justin Jefferson named Jalen Reagor. And if that happens, I don't think Norty in a year and a half is going to, you know what I mean?
He's not going to be dancing about the fact that he did it.
It's the excitement of the guy. We're talking about just Thursday night. But we don't know. We don't know on Thursday night.
Sure, you don't know, but you can't just be like, all right, I was on the bandwagon. I nailed it.
But at least Goody's taking a stab. He's going after somebody.
He can't stab the wrong one.
I'm not interested in getting stabbed. I'm more interested in winning.
Well, speaking about winning,
stabs,
and speaking about first round expectations, your boy Goody said yesterday that he doesn't expect necessarily a first round draft pick to make contributions. When he was asked point blank, saying, do you have any level of contribution expectations for your first round draft pick? He said no. How does that land for you? And what are your Mark Tauscher expectations for any given first round draft pick?
I mean, I think if it's at a position where there's going to be open competition, you hope that they do. But what do you want him to say? Yeah, we need a guy at this spot in this. You know what I mean?
Expectations, Tausch. Nothing wrong with it.
You want to make it as easy and I guess as smooth for anyone that comes in and not burden them with this. There's already enough expectations. Everybody that is in that spot is going to be looked at as, we need this guy to be a player. And most of the time, guys aren't in a position to make monster impact. And if you're banking on a rookie player to be one of your key impact players, you're probably going to be disappointed, and you're not going to end up winning. So I understand where Goody's coming from. He's downplaying, which is what I would think you'd want to, from a PR perspective, not adding another layer, because the first-round picks have more pressure on them than anybody to go out and produce. And if you're going to add another layer to it, trust me, if they draft a wideout in the first round, there's going to be monster expectations that they're going to start and make an impact pretty immediately. If they draft a guard or a tackle and you guys go ballistic, there ain't going to be that same amount of pressure or conjecture for them to be immediate starters.
Tausch, for the Green Bay Packers, how do they come out of this draft closer to a Super Bowl? Or do you see no scenario that they can come out of the draft closer to winning a Super Bowl?
Well, for sure. I think if you end up getting one of these impact wideouts that can help your offense, or if you end up getting an edge rusher that is going to be able to come in and be a difference maker on third down, or if you end up getting a big-time corner, a Sauce Gardner, one of these guys that have been first-round picks in the past that have immediately come in and helped, that's going to help. I mean, does Philly win a Super Bowl last year without Cooper DeJean?
Quinyon Mitchell?
With Quinyon Mitchell? I don't know. I know this. They definitely contributed, and they didn't start day one. They ended up going with, whether it was injuries or whatnot, they ended up earning opportunities later in the season and were huge contributors to win. So anytime you can bring in 3 or 4 players on a draft class with varying degrees of impact, but if you get one that is a monster, Tristan Wirfs for Tampa in that season was a monster impact player that helped them win. You need 1 or 2 guys in a draft class that are big-time impact, but they're not going to be the guys that are going to lead you to a Super Bowl.
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman. Tausch, you usually have a guy, and I don't know if it happens to be that they always have a fun name. Do you have like the fun name guy that you want the Packers to draft?
Yeah, help me out with the Ohio State wideout again. The correct
Emeka Egbuka?
That's a fun name, right?
Yeah,
isn't that kind of a fun name?
Egbuka.
And it's a position that obviously I think most of us think Green Bay would be fun to kind of bring somebody in. And even though I don't like Ohio State wideouts been pretty good.
They have been.
I think that would be one that I have not delved into the, 5th, 6th, 7th round picks as far as, we'll get to that probably Wednesday or Thursday pre-draft with a fun name. And I think Jesse does a whole segment with finding guys with the funky names and who we want. I think Cheeseman was a player last year that I think we all wanted because, Bierman, that would be it. But I think for me, that would be, especially when we're talking about that first-round pick on Thursday night.
Well, I mean, there's been conversation about how he can play outside and in, but he's a JSN comp guy, and I thought JSN had a really good season as they traded DK Metcalf, and who knows what they're doing in Seattle, but I like JSN.
Yeah, I mean, if Seattle obviously feels he's their guy moving forward, so Ohio State has put up a lot of really good players in both on the edge. There's a reason they won national championships, and they're really tough to beat in the Big Ten. They get a lot of really good players.
And you have a wonderful, wonderful GIF that Wilde and Tausch uses on Twitter X. Dame time is here. Tausch, you're a Bucks fan, and I know that about you. It was a tough game 1. Does this change anything for you game 2?
I mean, yeah, I think you have to be more optimistic than you were because what we saw Saturday was, here you go, Giannis, go do your thing. And, there was not a ton of help anywhere. And now Dalla Dame was brought in to be that guy.
I love that you call him Dalla Dame. It might be my favorite
I don't know how realistic it is for someone that's been out 35 days with a major health concern. I don't know how much he's been practicing. I know he's been practicing as of late, but 35 days is a long time. You're going to be rusty. I don't know what kind of condition. Don't know how many minutes he's going to be. But you hope that he's able to give a spark. And if he can give any kind of spark to ignite some of those embers, and all of a sudden we can get back to 1-1. Justin Garcia joined us this morning on our show, and I asked, is it a must-win? Obviously, the math tells you it's not. But do you think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be good enough to win 4 out of 5?
No, I do not.
I just don't think so. I think they need tonight's game, and if they don't, I think that chatter is going to get really loud before Friday night's game.
Well, we're going to see what happens, old T. At least
you? Where's your optimism level?
It's not very high.
It is down in the dumps. The trash man. He's right there with Oscar the dang Grouch.
Yeah, I think the rest of the roster is not built to help this team win this series. Like, the continuity the Pacers have is essentially the same team that you faced, and you're not. What you had all year is kind of what you're seeing now in the biggest moments of the playoffs. And with Dame back, it's just like that's an uncertainty that you're adding. You obviously hope that he gets, he was only 35% from the field all season. And now we're adding the element of coming off of not practicing and a blood clot, real life stuff. Kuzma's garbage. He's just not good, though. Asking him to be something he's not is the hard thing.
Stop that.
Just slightly more.
Yeah, stop that.
Kyle, you said that he was going to have 17 points and 3 threes. Then he had 22 minutes and 0 on his stat line.
You need to listen to Mark Tauscher. Mark, say it again. He just needs to be better.
He can't play. He needs to. He's got to be better.
That's what it is.
Don't you think, Benny?
Of course he's got to be better, but you asked me about my thoughts and my feelings towards the rest of the cast. Like, it's 2-on-5, Tausch. It is right now. And KJP is a great story, but like these guys aren't built against a team that you've seen beat you. I know is a different team, but they also grew together another year, and the Bucs are trying to find themselves. It's never good when you're trying to find yourselves in a playoff run.
Well, we saw that a little bit with Green Bay last year with how they finished the season, and with LaFleur talking about sloppy play. That is, I feel less confident now than I did coming on your show.
I mean, the worst part about it is I love Giannis so much that it sucks to see the way that this is going down. It was him and him by himself, and you're just looking around going, where's it going to be? If it's not Dame,
let's stop. Listen, Tausch.
Kyle, you have no room to speak. You don't know anything about the Bucs, and you go to all their games.
We're going to find out tonight what the Bucs are made of, right? We saw what happened Game 1. The Milwaukee Bucks have to be better defensively, and if they aren't better defensively, then we are going to figure out we know what's going to happen. But let's not allow Ben to let one game sit here and make us forget the Bucs suck. Because remember Game 1 last year, Tausch, Dollar Dame, as you call him, went for 35 in the first half, and the Bucs proceeded to lose.
I'll leave you with this, Tausch. This was Kyle Wallace before Game 1.
Kyle's best bet. My best bet is that Kyle Kuzma goes out there and plays a big role tomorrow.
What does that mean?
What quantify that?
3 threes tomorrow.
3
3 holes.
I bet you the over-under's probably 1.5, and it doesn't even go up to 2.5.
Kyle Kuzma tomorrow is going to score 17-plus points.
All right. Yeah, so if you can choose to listen to Kyle, or you can choose to just be level-headed.
That may AI me, Tausch. That's what that was. But again, don't let them bring you down. Let's get excited for
I'm
today.
excited to watch.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's on NBA TV. Is that where we're watching?
That is where it is at 6 o'clock.
It's not on the FanDuel Sports.
You can have that as well if you do subscribe or have that on your access. Now, Tausch,
I'll just listen. I'll listen on 620 WTMJ.
That sounds like a plan as well. Now, how confident, real quick before I let you go, are you feeling about this Pit Boss Grill-Off, man? Because if I had to put money on anybody, I'd put it on you.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're grilling, but I feel it's brats. Is that what we're grilling?
Well, Balaga said if it's burgers and steaks, I'm good. If it's anything else, then I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to beat him. Listen, man. Brian's younger. I don't know what kind of experience he has in this realm. I feel very confident. Old T is going to get a dub on Thursday afternoon.
Old T minus 200 in the grill-off at our Tundra Trio houses during ESPN Wisconsin Draft Week. Old T will see you at the draft and talk to you soon.
Sounds good, guys.
That's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, joining us here. Listen to him on Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Yeah. We'll dive into Kyle's feelings about the Bucs a little bit later. But I do want to play something you probably haven't heard. Leroy Butler joined Thanasis' show. I mean, that's just kind of an awesome collab. Thanasis and Leroy Butler.
Positivity.
Exactly.
Yeah, so likable.
Just happiness on a podcast, but a story that maybe you two never heard about Reggie White. That's next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Steph, your biggest strength in life that you bring to this world?
Probably my wife, because she keeps me calm. Even when I'm cursing at the TV during Packers games, I always know I can fall back on her.
That's sweet, man. Who knew KBN Nation with so many simps? Boy, I love this. I love this.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, The Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy The Bog.
Kevin Morat, Mentality founder here with a wake-up call. You're running on fumes, gentlemen. Just 1/3 of the free testosterone you need. That's why you're drained, defeated, and disgusted with your progress. But here's the truth. Mentality doctors specialize in epic comebacks. Our clients show an increase of 30% testosterone levels within the first month. We don't just treat men, we reignite lives. Just imagine the focus, energy, and drive being restored. Your comeback starts now. Don't wait. Make this your best year yet. Start today at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
Save big money on all of your Purdy tools to help you finish your next painting project. Menards carries Purdy paintbrushes, roller covers, prep tools, trays, kits, and more to help you get the job done right. Purdy brushes have been handcrafted in the USA for 100 years and are the #1 brand preferred by professionals. Save big on Purdy painting tools, and don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Mark Tauscher here for Prize Picks, the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Starting with the play-in round, every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes 2 ticket sweepstakes, which could get you a +1, a VIP trip to the ship. Download the app today and use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
April is Global Volunteer Month. Find the perfect volunteer opportunities for you at volunteerwisconsin.org or contact your local United Way or Volunteer Center today. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
3-2 lead in this opening round series. Morant. At the
I love me a good call from Ian Eagle. That's sound and music to my ears when I'm at home late at night watching some TV. I do want the crack of the bat soon, Will. We want best sounds for the show here because we got the NFL draft chime.
Yeah, the crack of the bat's coming. Trust me, that's one of my favorites.
Just the best. What also is really good stuff is Leroy Butler, Packer Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer.
Yes, he
with
is.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo on Thanasis Show. This is a story that I find fascinating. Listen in to Thanasis Show with Leroy Butler.
Reggie White, I had heard a rumor he wasn't coming. He sued the league to be a free agent.
I think technically he's like titled the first ever NFL free agent.
Yes, he was in San Francisco allegedly, and they said they were going to sign him. Mike Holmgren, who I think one day is a Hall of Famer, and the other Hall of Famer, Ron Wolf, they went out there to see him, but they couldn't get close to him, so they called him, and our coach said, Reggie, this God, please sign with the Packers. And Ron Wolf said, you can go anywhere else and be a great player, but if you come to Green Bay, you'll be a legend. So I saw in the paper he was going there or whatever, so the next week, I'm looking in the training room. Now, normally when I see a guy in his underwear, I don't go talk to him. But this Reggie White, I'm going in there, cuz. Don't go in there, he's with the doctor. I'm going, this Reggie White. Well, I want to know, why is he in here? Is he playing with us or what? I go in there. What's up, Roy Lee? Reggie knows who I am. Wait, why are you here? I'm going to sign with the Packers.
So he told you that?
Yeah, he said I'm going to sign with the Packers.
In his underwear. Told you.
Who would you want to see in the Packers training room in their underwear and the Packers signed him?
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, T.J. Watt,
Myles
Garrett. I love to see them in their underwear. What you doing here? I ain't worried about
Trey
y'all
Hendrickson?
seen that thing before. Trey, no, listen, I like Trey, but I don't need to see him in his draws. There's other guys I'd rather see in their draws.
I mean, I'm talking realistically here.
TJ, I mean, yeah, okay, sure, I would take Trey, but he's down the list. I like him. I love Trey Hendrickson, but
Is this about the underwear or the performance of the team?
You're not a locker room guy, are you? You're not a locker room guy.
No, TJ Watt.
You got to have some comfort seeing some guys in their underwear.
Yeah.
Kyle, we know famously in college even, didn't shower with the team. He drove home to shower.
And then I had this woman putting wax on me, just everything exposed, trying to talk to me and sing with me.
You were singing with her.
Yeah, I mean, what can I do?
For those who missed it, we did get a Brazilian wax.
Yeah,
you get any ingrown hairs yet?
No, I did not get any ingrown
I got
hairs.
one.
Yeah, I bet you. I've been exfoliating. You know, funny story. Y'all know I do the show on the truth. A woman called in and said, I don't want to go on air, but I want to talk to Kyle. So I'm like, what I done said now? I pick up the phone and said, hey, Kyle, this is Kathy. I told my daughter about you getting the wax, and she said, make sure you exfoliate and you scrub because you don't want to get any ingrown hair. I said, okay, thank you. I've been doing that, but thank you so much. I appreciate you caring about my mound.
Yeah, I did not exfoliate enough.
I've been trying to do it as much as possible. I love the way I look down there, and I need to make sure I ain't got no bumps and
It
ingrown
sounds like Kyle's going to go back for another wax.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been a changed man.
No.
Brazilian wax guy.
I miss my hair.
Okay, now we've gone too far.
Yeah.
800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show, and you're going to need that number because it's Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Who wrote the questions today, William?
Strophy wrote them.
Of course he did.
Is he joining us for this or no?
You have to stay to the second
If I
hour
had
to
to
find
bet
out.
$1 million, I would say today is the one day where Strofe is a damn surprise guest.
You think that Strofe's the guy?
Yes. He hasn't been on the show. The guy loves to hear himself speak.
I mean, that's true.
He thinks he's really good at it. Yeah, he's more worried about the noon to 2 show than 2 to 5. This is the easiest way out of getting a guest.
Noon to 2, he ain't going to want to come back. He going to go to Brian's office and say, hey, we need to talk. It's been a year.
So caller 20 for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, 800-990-3776. If I'm right, what do we say we don't let him do it and Will gets his time to shine? I don't even know if I'm right.
No, Will ain't ready to ask questions.
Will, you ready? You ready for the big stage?
I'm ready for it, but how are we going to determine this? Because I do know who the guest is.
Okay, well then I don't know who the guest is. I guess we'll all find out.
We'll all find out together. Caller 20, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 800-990-3776. I'm 1-11-3, I think.
I don't know. We'll have to ask the,
I think that's
the game master.
Oh, is he coming next? Who's the game master?
Alex Strofe. He's on.
You're a
he runs
bad
the game.
liar, Will. You just said we're going to ask him.
We could text him.
But we don't know
We
if
live in
he's
an age
doing
where
the
there's
reads.
phones.
All right.
It's easy to access.
All right, I'm on to this.
I don't know what you're on to, Ben.
I think I know Strofe.
Where does he need to go?
I think I know Strofe better. Do I have to go? Can I go anywhere? Because he always tells me when there's an in-person guest that I can't be.
Go
I have
to the
go
True Studio. Go to the
either
True
way.
Studio.
The guest
Either way,
is not
just
in
go.
person, but I would say go.
Go to
regardless.
True
Not in person. If it's Strofe, he is not doing this. Caller 20 in 2 minutes. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest until 2030, plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Turn up the volume and turn up the flavor with Tequila Mi Campo. Tequila made for Wisconsin. Just like the excitement of draft day in Green Bay, Mi Campo delivers that same bold energy and anticipation with every sip. Mi Campo is crafted for utterly in-your-face flavor. Made with 100% Blue Weber agave. Aged in wine barrels for incredibly smooth taste. Ready for however you like to turn it up. Mi Campo. Live louder. Please enjoy responsibly. 2025 imported by Mi Campo Spirits, Canandaigua, New York. Tequila 40% alcohol by volume.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Oh, that's right. You are kicking it with KBN. It's draft week, baby, and it is picking up. I already can't wait for Thursday.
I'm excited.
I am too. Thursday can't come quick enough. We're going to be there on Thursday. Kyle and Ben will be there on Friday. I will be out, unfortunately. But the other big part of this week that comes every week is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I am Brad Nortman alongside Kyle Wallace. Will, part-time Will, is on the producer station over there. And we are about to kick off Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Okay, now, it's draft week. We have big guests coming all week.
Oh, my gosh. We got everybody in town. I've heard some of the sneak peeks of who's coming, Brad. I'm like, goodness, this is a heavy hitters in Lambeau. I mean,
there are national presence, national icons coming to Green Bay. So I know, Kyle, I know Strofe, that Strofe booked somebody that's going to be iconic, a name brand, one of the biggest guests we probably ever had. For Are You Smarter
maybe
Than
even a
Brad
former
Brust.
Maybe
even a former Packer. That would be awesome.
That would be great. That would be amazing.
Strofe thinking next level. Okay. Well, Strofe, who do we have as the guest question asker this week? I know it's a big one.
Star-studded, baby.
World-renowned. Incredibly impressive get by me, fellas. Incredibly impressive producing job by me. I introduce you.
Well, just like
that.
No,
it cut out.
It must have been a really bad guess.
Was that purposeful?
No, that's actually hilarious.
It must be a really bad guess because Strofe all of a sudden disappeared.
Okay, well, while we wait on Strofe, let's go ahead and spin it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
That's right, it is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Ben got his first win of 2025 last week, but let's get that loss streak going once again. Here's how you play. 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if we get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, Alex and McGuanago, you're going to walk away with a $25 ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Now, Alex in McGuanago is our contestant today. Alex, it's draft week. Excitement is high. We need some losses for Ben Brust. How you feeling?
I'm feeling confident. I think I can do it.
Okay, I like the confidence level too. It's exactly what I was looking for. Will, do we have Strofe to reveal who the big guest is?
He's trying to connect right now. I can see him on the stream. He looks very confused.
Do you know who the guest was?
He just threw his hands up.
Do you know who the guest was?
Who was it supposed to be?
Who was the guest?
Can you do the grand reveal?
The world-renowned? Who did he got?
It was one of Alex Strofe's favorite people in media.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of big names on that list.
It was himself.
Oh, get out of here, Strofe.
Will. You ready for the big time?
Yeah, let's spin it.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
All right. Well, I'll take
Okay, well, without any deuce, Will, you know how we do this. Give him a 3-2-1. Alex and McGuanago. Will is the question asker this week, an appropriate guest of the show.
Stroh looks so confused.
He looks
on the
so
street.
angry.
I know. We're gonna keep him on there.
Leave him on the street.
Every like 3 to 5 seconds, he throws his hands up like this.
He thought this was gonna be his big shot. Nope, not today, buddy.
Alex, how we feeling? We feeling confident?
Oh yeah, I got to represent for the Alexes here. We got
I love it. Yes.
All right, come
yes.
on, I love it.
All right, ready? Your time begins in 3, 2, 1. Which ocean is the largest?
The Atlantic.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Pass.
What is the smallest country in the world?
Pass.
What is the name of the pirate in Peter Pan?
Pass.
Who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection?
Oh man, pass.
What is the longest river in the world?
The Nile.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Pass.
Which element has the atomic number 1?
Gas.
What is the smallest continent by land area?
Australia.
Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Thomas Jefferson.
It wasn't a firework, but a spaceship, for which famous U.S. singer last week on the Blue Origin launched to space?
Katy Perry.
What is the theory called that describes how the universe expanded?
Theory of relativity.
Wow.
What we got,
Yeah,
Will?
what do we got, Kyle? Will.
We got a 4 spot,
Yeah,
I believe.
that sounds about right. Just trying to keep track in my head. I don't have the answers in front of me.
Alex,
but
Alex, thanks, Alex. Listen,
Kyle was beside himself with one of the answers.
I mean, come on. The Emancipation Proclamation, Thomas Jefferson. What you laughing for?
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, that's not right.
Do you know who it is, right?
It was Honest Abe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Honest Abe. Dang, you got a little nervous. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Hopefully 4 is a good enough spot to beat Ben. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
I'm pulling for you because I love KBN Nation and I love when Ben loses.
I love Ben losing. I love KBN Nation. It's the ultimate rooting interest for me. Hey, how about this? I thought, well, Ben's walking in. Will is silky smooth. Silky smooth. Ben, you're going to love this. Ben, so we get it set up. We've got Stroh, who you can see in the stream.
I can see.
And
I'm back
I
now.
nailed it.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well,
No, you didn't nail it.
No, we asked Stroh, so we assumed it's draft week, right? There's going to be a big guest this week,
Gotta
right?
be.
Somebody
World
huge,
renowned.
world renowned. All the big names come in this week, and we were right before Stroh was going to reveal it, and he cut out. He cut out.
I cut out.
So he went
Connection
with Will.
dropped.
are you
Will was
listening? Are you
silky
looking
Now-
at the chat?
Now, what I know is that was all a made-up story because he didn't book anybody and he didn't set it up for Will. He heard me call him out, and now he's trying to spin it as he wasn't supposed to be the guy.
Oh, no, you're totally, I'll give you this. You're 110% spot on.
I know you because I
Yeah,
am
but
part
then,
of you.
of course, naturally, we get technical difficulties, which you would have loved. You would have relished that moment. So I was on the video stream the whole time, though, so you could see me reacting poorly. And at one point, I watched Kyle throw his headphones, but I couldn't hear what was happening. So I would like to get an explanation on that at some point. After Ben goes.
Let's get to me. I'm looking at the clock here. I want to make sure we keep a tight shift now that Alex Stroh is trying to take us overboard.
I'm so glad he dropped off.
So, am I reading the questions?
No,
as well?
you are
is
not.
Will's show.
You are not because you cheated KBN Nation out of getting a great guest this week by selecting yourself. It was the Lord's will to have you not do it today.
Hold on,
Yes,
Kyle.
you're not a
Hold
guest.
on. Before we do that, I've
You him
noticed
down, Will? We have
I've
a
noticed
clock.
it.
We have a clock to keep here.
We don't. You stay in Green Bay.
Here's
Turn
going to
him
be
off.
15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If Alex and McGuanago beats Ben Brust, he's going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Silky smooth Will, who crushed it with Alex. Here's your opportunity with Ben Brust.
All right, ready, Ben?
Bring it on, little buddy.
All right,
Little buddy? What you little buddy, man?
I'm about to pull out the hard questions now.
There you
All
go.
right. 3, 2, 1. Which ocean is the largest?
The Pacific.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Da Vinci.
Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Da Vinci.
What is the smallest country in the world?
Vatican City.
What is the name of the pirate in Peter Pan?
Yar don't know.
Who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection?
Charles Darwin.
What is the longest river in the world?
The Nile.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Pass.
Which element has the atomic number 1?
My gosh, hydrogen.
What is the smallest continent by land area?
Australia?
Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Honest Abe Lincoln.
It wasn't a firework, but a spaceship for which famous U.S. singer last week on the Blue Origin launched to space?
Katy Perry.
What is the theory called that describes how the universe expanded?
Oh, God only knows.
In what year did the United States enter World War I?
1904.
What is the tallest animal in the world?
Giraffe?
In what year did the United States enter World War I?
I answered that.
He said no. He just gave a wrong answer, so he was just so confused.
You thought it was so bad, it must have been a pass. I think we got through them all,
I'm
right?
going back. Yeah, you got through them all.
No, you're going back to a question. He answered it. He just was wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
which one did he pass?
Doesn't matter.
He won.
Yeah,
He
you
won.
killed
I
him.
won?
Yeah, you won.
Yeah.
Big time.
Two wins!
I just
Two
want you to
wins!
know
A hot streak!
the gentleman who you played against, Alex, he answered the question for Honest Abe for who the Emancipation Proclamation. He said Thomas Jefferson. So
And Kyle was beside him.
that's why I threw my hands off.
Oh, hell no.
I knew the loss was coming. I said, anything, there's nothing he can do after this. He was shook.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well,
You're-
2 wins in a row. Bro.
2 wins in a row, and you're winning if you call Weedman because they have a winning game plan for you. Weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment, half off if you want that green, weed-free yard that makes the neighbor stop and stare. Kid and pet friendly, golf course quality fertilizer, and effective weed controls, all part of that winning game plan. As mentioned, get a free quote by going to Weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment, half off at Weedman.com. With the answers, we bring Alex Strofe back if he doesn't derail us even further. Will, great job. I'm 1-0 with you reading. I knew you were my lucky charm. More Kyle Brust and Ortman. The answers are you smarter than Ben Brust? Plus, Kyle's wish list for the Green Bay Packers is baffling.
Phenomenal.
Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with an issue on 43, heading northbound, right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. It looks like we've got a crash off on the right shoulder. So watch for delays heading through there. Beyond that, we've got delays pretty much all the way up towards Keefe. We've got northbound 41 really slow from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Silver Spring, where there is some debris in the roadway in the left lane there. So watch out for that. Southbound on 41, we are seeing delays from just south of Main Street all the way down towards Silver Spring. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, scattered thunder showers, a high of 63 at the lake, 71 inland. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, can't show you in there. Why not?
That's the bathroom. We need a new shower bad.
Think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin? Upload your photo by April 30th to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Luxstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contests.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Drum roll, please.
Carbliss is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbliss perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbliss is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why Bliss is more with Carbliss.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue in Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
First pitch swinging.
Oh! And first pitch crushing! Oh, man! Lean into
I might need to hear that one more time. That was so satisfying.
On this side of the scorecard. First pitch swinging.
Oh, that's so good.
Pitch crushing!
That's so good.
It's so good.
It's up there with the NFL draft sounder, but oh man, when it connects like that, nothing better. I love that sound. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with part-time Will, and I don't know if Alex Strofe is around, but he was in and out last segment.
I'm here. I'm very
what was the final total? Like, what did the caller have? What did I have?
It was 7-4, 8-4, something like that.
Will, come on, man. Get it together back there.
We already
I was
knew
the
you.
question reader, too. You had 11, and the caller had 4.
Dang, you had 11.
11?
Cooking.
Yeah.
He got.
Oh
right.
no!
So you should feel extremely defeated.
Yeah, you got destroyed.
You put up an 11-spot question roster for Ben. You were going to be the question asker, and your audio cut out.
He mailed it in. He literally mailed it in.
I didn't intend to mail it in,
Yes, you
but
did.
I mailed it in.
Oh my God!
I didn't intend, but I mailed it in, which means is a cover for I mailed it in. Don't mail this and run into the stores because the BOGO boys.
Hey, I took advantage of this. I know it's coming.
Well, it's the last day of taking advantage of the BOGO of Screamin' Sicilian favorites at your Pick and Save and Metro Market stores. OG Screamin's, baby. All your Screamin' woo. Record scratch now. All your Screamin' Sicilian favorites, hurry while this lasts. You have the last day to go to Pick and Save and Metro Market to Taste what all that screaming is about. Buy one, get one at Metro Market and Pick and Save stores. Taste what all the screaming is about. 11-4 beatdown is really, really tough for me to do.
That's bad.
Strofe, that was not your finest work.
No, I'm not even going to blame Will. If it was 7-4, I might blame Will. Speaking of Will, by the way, I've noticed every time he fills in for me, we refer to him as part-time Will. Kyle Wallace, what is Will's last name?
That's a great question.
I know Will's.
I know his last name, but Kyle doesn't.
No, I legitimately, I've emailed Will.
I don't
So
know
what is
many
it?
people in this building. I know it.
Dang,
So
Will,
what is it?
What's the first letter of your last name?
No.
Summers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Will
what
Summers.
do you mean it's right? I've known Will since Will was an intern. Matter of fact, Will actually.
Okay. Now he's gonna do the thing
Kyle,
to make
you
himself feel better.
filibustered for 45 seconds.
I had to go through my Rolodex. Now you put me on the spot. At least I didn't say Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, so what's worse? For those who missed it, yes, our great caller Alex had said that the president that signed the Emancipation Proclamation was Thomas Jefferson, and Kyle threw his headset in disbelief.
I love you, Alex. I do. We all have our moments.
Giving a pass there?
Yeah, I mean, wait a minute. Don't look at me.
It's a lot of
That's
pressure.
American history.
I also, there's a lot to get to right now with Alex Strofe. I think today we skip the answers unless there's like a revolt that people need the answers because it was a beatdown.
You got most of them right. We know the answers.
Yes, Strofe is on easy street this week. Classic Strofe strategy, getting ahead of, getting OFD of him. Getting heat OFD of him. Josh.
Off of him.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You do know how to read Josh DiMaggio scribbles.
I do.
Distracting him, mailing it on KBN this week. Like, he's played it all. This is a Jesse Nelson move.
No, it is.
But this wasn't intentional.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
You think I intended for my connection to drop? You think
I'm going to be in Green Bay on Easter?
Can I just say, all these repeat questions that you had in here, like these weren't, I mean, what was the theme, Strofe? What was the theme this week?
The only theme I had that was I wanted to ask what the smallest country in the world is because he often gets it wrong. It is Vatican City, and obviously we have the recent news of the Pope passing away. I also had recent news with Katy Perry as one of the answers, and in the spaceship that went to space. I don't know that there was necessarily a theme.
NFL draft week, you could have did something.
Too much work.
Yeah.
He's in Green Bay. He's got a show from noon to 2.
You mailed it in. Oh, who painted this? Who painted that?
He got those right. He never gets those right.
And I know you mailed it in because you did the Jane Austen one, which he got wrong.
Which he got wrong again.
But you dug through the bag of all. You literally said, "What have I asked him before?" and then copied and paste. You're a copy.
What did JD and Fondy grade me with?
I got to head over to the Carbless Talking text line. JD and Fondy. Strofe. Fail.
Yeah, I thought that was
Will. C.
Well,
bad day for the producers.
Did do a Big Bang question, so I'll give him that. We were talking about that during the first segment. One of the answers was the Big Bang.
Oh yeah, Big Bang.
What is
F minus grade for Alex and Strofe.
Wait, did he just write
I think
the
he's
questions?
saying Alex the caller. Man, a lot of.
Wait. When did he send you the questions?
Like 2:15.
Oh,
because he just said Big Bang. I told you.
I listened to the first segment. Let me take the floor. Let me take the floor for a second here. Strofe had this conversation with me on Friday after work. We got together, and he's like, "Look, man, like I'm really excited about next week. Like anything I can do to like I still want to be involved with Kyle Brust and Nortman as much as possible. This is the fruits of his labor. This is what we get."
Shouldn't you be happy you won?
You know, I actually don't. I don't know if I'm happy that you're just mailing. Like you're
I'm not mailing it in.
You're willingly spitting on the faces of KBN Nation, and they are calling you out on the Carbless Talking text line.
You cheated. You cheated the system, and look at this. Now Ben got an 11 spot because you wanted to halfway do it.
An 11 spot for Ben.
11 is crazy. I've never felt more defeated.
The only good thing that came out of this was when Alex from Iguanago said this.
Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Thomas Jefferson.
I wish Kyle was spiked up for that. Our mics were off, and we were.
I was
He
locked in.
legitimately threw his headphones across the desk. They almost hit Brad.
I was trying to read and mark down the right answers, and out of my peripheral vision, I just see something fly across the table.
Oh, hell! I mean, he was already struggling. He was struggling at that point. And, you have hope. That was like question, number 8? So you're hopeful, the guy can turn around. But as soon as he said that, I said, it's over. I mean, he's saying this as a question as an answer.
Oh, God.
We're taking that L today.
Strofe, you may end up not being the only person called out for work ethic. Kyle Wallace completely mailed it in.
Oh, no, we ain't going to do that. You ain't going to compare
Brad,
to
you're going to tell us about somebody who never mails it in. The only thing they mail in is, permits for being able to build stuff at your home and great deals and financing. That's Gina Della from Pella.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You will always be satisfied when you work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Gina Della from Pella. Right? You're thinking about spring coming up, with summer coming up. It's a spring cleaning of sorts, and part of that has to be observing and looking at and evaluating those windows and doors that you've been probably putting off for much too long. Look no further than Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to match any time period, any craftsmanship, any color. They're all custom made and at the highest quality and the highest level of beauty. You're getting durability, you're getting reliability, and you're getting beauty all in one with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And right now is a great time to make that step because they're offering 2 routes of sorts, no interest financing options or free glass upgrades. So if you've been thinking about it, if you've been wondering, man, is now the time? Is now the time to update my windows and doors? An emphatic yes is the answer with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Those deals, though, they will end April 30th. So now is the time to get your free in-home consultation. So you go visit them today at PellaWI.com or 855-PellaWI.
Is this a good or a bad draft wish list for the Green Bay Packers from Kyle Wallace? You get to be the judge. I will read 1 through 3 from Kyle on the other side. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Top 5 of my guys throughout my career. Of
just one
guys.
Below me. I was just putting myself in the ranking.
He loves himself. On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Northbound on 41, delays from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to about Hampton. The southbound side is going to be slowing down from Main Street all the way down to Appleton Avenue. Looks like we've got on the southbound side 2 left lanes blocked with a crash at Good Hope Road. So that's going to be causing some headaches. We got northbound 43 backing up from the Marquette all the way up to about Keith. Access believes every home and business should be accessible to everyone. Independence should never be out of reach. Visit allaboutaccess.com to learn more. Access, removing barriers, advancing independence. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, scattered thunder showers, a high of 63 at the lake, 71 inland. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
There's a winning magic powering up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This April, prepare for an exciting quest to $300,000 in the Enchanted Spin Slot Tournament. Just conjure your rewards card and play slots to earn drawing entries. Each Thursday, 60 winners will compete for thousands in cash and prizes. Let your journey begin with Enchanted Spins, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Looking for a Milwaukee tradition? It's Saz. And for nearly 50 years, Saz's have been serving up award-winning ribs that'll make your taste buds dance. Don't miss our festival-famous mozzarella marinara. The appetizer that put us on the map and keeps Milwaukee coming back for more. Whether you're heading to a game or just catching up with family and friends, make Saz's your place to go. 55th and State. Saz's, where memories are made and stories are shared. One delicious bite at a time. Saz's Steakhouse, the finest. A Milwaukee tradition since 1976.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tiene el centro, clave, gol! ¡Gol!
Mi hijo recibió sus primeros arrullos.
What was that last part? Baxter, you don't speak Spanish.
Speaking of, do you guys remember Go, Go, USA when Landon Donovan scored the goal?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, gosh. Will, you're so young.
Yeah, I can't say I remember that.
He's probably in diapers, probably. I'm not even joking about that. Ryan from Aguanago chimed in before I even got to this when I had said, is Kyle's draft wish list good or bad? He says, don't need to hear it. Bad. I'm going to read Kyle's draft wish list here for you.
Do we have it that we can post up or no?
800-990-3776. No, I don't think we should post it. I don't think...
I love the draft wish list.
I don't know if this is Chat GPT or Kyle Wallace.
Come on, what did I say?
Number 1, and give me the draft sound effect for these. We're working on Will.
This deserves ESPN music.
Packers go and get their guy.
That's it?
That's number 1.
Like, you go and get your guy.
God, what are we doing?
No, you trade up to get your guy.
That's the broadest desire in the world.
No.
Huh? Brad,
hit the
Brad,
music.
I'm so happy you haven't heard it. No. You don't. You gave.
When do I get to explain?
You may
what
not.
Does that mean?
It means go and get the guy. The Packers sit back and they wait, they relax, they see the board fall. If you
so they make a selection at pick 23.
No.
That's what that means.
Goody always gets his guy.
No, what you do is you wanted Justin Jefferson. Well, dang, you know who won the more? The Minnesota Vikings. You go and get your guy. Don't sit on your hands and watch the board fall. If you fell in love with Ted McMillan, then you trade up to go get Ted McMillan. If you love somebody that can make an impact, then you go and get him.
All right, enough.
Go and get your guy.
Number 1, go and get your guy. Number 2, draft for production over talent.
That's so good.
This is the best segment ever.
It's supposed to be production over what they could potentially do. I did write this 6 o'clock in the morning on toilet, and I meant to say production over what he could be, right? Like, he loves.
So you want them to hold on? Number 1, just to recap. Number 1 is make a selection. Number 2 is hopefully the selection plays good.
All right, if y'all want to take it at face value,
we like.
No. If y'all want to take it at face value, fine. I think it sounds good. Yes, production over potential.
Adam chimes in on the Carbless Talking text line. Kyle's season plan for the Green Bay Packers: play football.
You guys are missing it. Production over potential because he likes potential. That's how we're going to end up with Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
Number 3, and finally, draft for need.
Yeah. I think these are great. What did Goody say? Goody just said yesterday, we're going to draft best player on the board. We're not going to draft for need. Listen, I cooked.
Oh my God!
To recap,
dumbest football fan in America.
Listen, I cooked. The reason why I cooked is the fact that the Green Bay Packers forget sitting back and waiting. Go get your man's boo-boo. That's what he needs.
Kyle
to do,
Wallace's draft wish list. Number 1, Packers go and get their guy! ! Number 2, draft for production over talent.
It's supposed to be production over potential.
Number 3, draft for need. Is this like drafting for dummies 101?
I was going to say, this is like you're trying to describe the draft process to kindergarten.
No, this is... Y'all taking that face value.
Hey, he's like going to high school. So this is a big week on Kyle Bruss and Norton. We get to talk about the draft. Now, here's what the Green Bay Packers should think about doing. They should go and get their guy.
Okay. You're going to like a guy, you pick him.
And then after that, right now, it seems as if the general manager of the Green Bay Packers likes to draft guys who have, they're really athletic, but they didn't do that in college. So I think they need to draft for production over potential.
Yeah, I think this all is logical based off the track record of the Green
And
Bay
then,
Packers.
lastly, you young kids, aspiring journalism students, and radio hosts alike, there's holes on every team's roster. You need to draft for those holes. You need to draft for needs. Kyle's on to something.
Thank you. Does Goody do any of the three things I said?
That is so good.
Maybe not in the first round, but he does.
He's gone and got his guys.
When has he gone and got his guys?
He got Jordan Love.
First round.
He got Jair Alexander.
When he traded up, I don't think he traded up to get Jordan Love, right?
I think he traded up to get Jordan Love.
I thought he wanted to trade up to get somebody else, and he ended up getting Jordan Love with that pick. I thought that's what the story was.
No, he traded up for Jordan Love because he was the guy on the board that they did not want to miss with where he was at. They couldn't believe he was still there. Draft for production over potential. Which says talent, which I can't believe.
No, I might have put talent down.
How is Kyle not in a front office right now?
Roast him, Will.
I think it's good because when I look at other organizations and franchises, what they do, they go and get their guy. Like the Denver Broncos. When I think about the Broncos, when I see their pre-draft stuff, they're talking about, hey, we got to need that running back. We want our guy. We want our guy. And what happened? They're rumored to maybe want to go up and get Ashton Genty, or they want to get the running back out of North Carolina. That is a team that says we want our guy. What did they do last year? They wanted Bo Nix, and they traded up to go get Bo Nix. They get their guy. They're not going to sit back and wait. They want to get their guy.
Kyle, for a guy who historically...
I just wish you would have said, trade up and get their guy.
Yeah. Or
not Packers go and get their guy.
You put together robust draft portfolios of players, right? Deep in the
archives of Kyle Wallace's
is
website.
So basic.
Go get your guy. The question
Stop
was
saying that.
The question was what did the Packers want Packers to do in the draft? I'm thinking first round. That's what I want the Packers to do. Draft for need. We just heard Goody yesterday. We complained about Goody saying, well, I feel good about the Ross. And I wrote this list before Goody had his press conference. Goody yesterday.
We got more. We got more. From the source who put out the survey. You definitely did this at 6 a.m.
I did.
Packers go and get their THERE guy.
Grammar.
You said what?
That's the English language right there.
No, now
draft for production, Ivor talent.
I was on the toilet.
Draft for need.
I was doing my job.
Do you think you do your best thinking on the toilet?
Actually,
clearly not.
I do my best thinking on the toilet in the morning.
If this is your best.
This was good. There's nobody in the world that can't tell me this is good. As Packers fans who have been clamoring, we're literally
have one supporter in Stevie.
No, Now, wait a minute. For Packers fans who are clamoring for the Packers to actually draft at one of the three positions, you even heard Tausch just say now he would go for a corner. He would like for a receiver. He would like for a rush-in type guy, right? But we know, Goody, if we talking about offensive line, Ben himself talking about offensive line, that would frustrate a lot of Packers fans, right? And we always talk about the Packers. Is there a guy in the draft that you want? I think you even said package it up to go up and move.
Is this for the first round or overall?
This is in the first round.
Well, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say in the first round.
I just answered the question for the sir. Literally, this could be positions of need of draft receiver in the first round. Feel free to be creative with ideas.
No, you weren't very creative, but you put some stuff on paper.
I was straight to the point.
Oh, man.
Go and get your
creativity is unlimited at IKEA, and their financing options are unlimited as well. You can get an IKEA Visa gift card and get 5% back on IKEA purchases, plus 25% off your first IKEA purchase of $25 or more. Bonus $25 reward after making a $500 in qualifying purchases. You can also do IKEA accepting Afterpay. You can pay in 4 interest-free installments, pay 25% of the purchase at the time of the purchase, then pay the remaining 3 payments over the next 6 weeks. There is no annual fee on some of these things like the IKEA Visa credit card. 0% interest for 6, 12, 24 months, depending on the purchase size. They have options for you. So if you're looking to upgrade your home with a remodel, or you want to do a kitchen, a bedroom, they have everything in there. You can build your own dream at IKEA and have financing options that help take care of the back end for wherever you're at in life. Check out IKEA in Oak Creek. They have a lot more creativity than Kyle does on his draft wish list. I need to take a breath after that list. We're gonna have to.
Follows me. I'll tell you.
I think Hunter is listening. Is Hunter on the board today? Hunter, are you on the board?
Yes.
Wonderful. Can you get me a graphic of just Kyle and those wishes? Because I need that out there for the world.
Yeah, I can get that done.
Thank you, Hunter.
You're welcome, Ben.
It's pleasantries with me and Hunter. I love it. More Kyle Bruston Nortman next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, see, the thing about me is I like
crazy.
I like crazy. I like a little excitement in my life. I like a little bit of drama.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And now, unless there's a big boy trade coming that I don't see on the horizon, Green Bay is going to run this thing back and probably pick up an early round draft pick to add to that room.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And you hope that these other guys will emerge and can add, but I don't see them making a J.R. Ewing type change.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey, Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at 90s 2K Cafe Milwaukee, Champs Lake Geneva, McGillicuddy's Milwaukee, Kelly's Bleachers Wind Lake, and Magoo's on the Mound Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
I think if you're looking at the Lakers and you're thinking about them long term, this season is a success.
Bingo.
If you're looking at the Lakers and we're focusing on just this season, when LeBron James is 40 years old and they get bounced in the first round, I think it's a failure. At failure at worst, disappointment at best. Because I'm with you, when they first made the Luka trade, I thought no matter what else happens this season, it's a win. It's a win for them. We are going to put more expectations on them next season based on the runway that Luka gives this organization, and we didn't really expect them to be a true title contender heading into the season. If the Lakers get bounced in the first round, I would consider it to be a failure. If you're looking at the Lakers holistically, organizationally, it's a win. If you're looking at the Lakers as far as their window to win with LeBron, disappointment/failure.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Just puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, you didn't even give us a double bang? Bang! Bang! He's only throwing out, Mike Breen's only throwing out like 2 double bangs ever.
That's just such an iconic one, though, the Ray Allen against the Spurs.
Sure is. That deserved a double bang.
I'm so happy about that shot.
You were rooting for the Heat?
Oh yeah, I didn't like LeBron most times, but the fact that he got so much hate for leaving Cleveland, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are burning jerseys.
Drew on the Carbless talking text line. Kyle needs to give it up. This is the saddest wish list I've ever witnessed. Peter chimes in. Did Nico Harrison get hired by Good Karma Brands, ESPN Wisconsin? This wish list is trade Luka.
Y'all the same folks are probably going to be celebrating the Packers drafted dang center in the first round or some dude named Shamar Stewart. Oh my gosh, 1.5 sacks? Boy. But he ran like a 4.5 40. I really love him.
Shamar Stewart's draft profile is so goody. I can't even get over it.
Read Shamar Stewart's profile, and I want KBN Nation to tell me what current Packer comes to mind.
All right, guys, here we go. Shamar Stewart, he's been linked to the Packers. In fact, our own Rob Stamovsky in ESPN mock draft had the Packers draft him. How about this for college stats, right? Stewart, 1.5 sacks in each of all the seasons. As a junior, as a senior, as a sophomore, 1.5 sack in every season.
Wow, 1.5 sacks?
Kenny Clark's twin.
That's right. But he is a big, fast, strong defensive line. While there's no doubt that Stewart is a physical freak with an excellent combination of height, weight, and speed, Stewart was an underachiever in college.
Ooh, Rashawn Gary.
As he is a better athlete than football player.
Quay Walker.
Oh, I like that. I love people who are better athletes than football players.
Stewart lacks instincts as a player.
Quay Walker.
Has vision issues.
Quay Walker.
And has struggled to finish some plays.
Oh,
Quay Walker.
No, that first round pick for me.
All of that has created a lack of college production, totaling in a career sack total of 4.5. With his speed, strength, and size,
Lucas Van Ness.
He could have some big seasons and multi-sack games in his career, but instead of that, he had 0 big seasons of production, despite being one of the more talented players he was going against.
He just needs Goody to draft him, and he's going to magically become a stud.
And finally, Stewart's going to really need to learn pass rushing moves for the NFL, as he won't be able to win alone on being strong.
Rashawn Gary.
And this is the guy that the Packers are being tied to.
Potential.
It's all potential.
Yeah. To Rob Domofsky's credit, he's just following the plan of Goody.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be zero surprise if this is the guy the Packers take. I mean, what, a 9.99 RAS score? Physical freak. But, can't play football.
He can't play.
He can't play.
That's okay, but he has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
He can't play.
That's
He's just
good.
going to run into a guy.
Bona fide scrub.
That's right, Will.
What do you mean I gotta swim? What do you mean I gotta try to club and lift? What is that?
What's a spin move?
I just can't run past them? No, Shamar, you can't do that.
Oh, man. That would be so disappointing.
No, it won't be because there's a lot of potential.
Trade up and get him.
Go get your guy.
Potential.
Go get their guy.
What if this is their guy, Kyle?
Well, if that's their guy, then, Goody's time in Green Bay. Well, he may turn out to be great.
He may.
Based off his production in college, Goody might be making a couple of
Ryan McGuire, go trade up and get him.
I just don't know how you can go after a guy that has 1.5 sacks in college.
It's also like one of those things where you do something once, you do something twice, you do something again. It's like, come on now, come on.
It's the thing is, it's not about the fact that Shamar underperformed in college. It's the fact that the Green Bay Packers don't have the infrastructure built in with their defensive line or coaching staff, or have proof of concept of the fact that, hey, we can take a underachiever in college and develop them into a stud. Now, if this was the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a whole nother thing where they have talent that he can be coached up, he can learn. The Green Bay Packers have nobody that he can model himself after. We have no proof of concept of success whatsoever. You just have a whole bunch of guys that fail. When we talk about Will McDonald being drafted after Lucas Van Ness after a pick swap, I'm going to tell you this right now. Will McDonald in Green Bay will probably be a scrub just like Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah, well, it's really the only saving grace to the offensive line, because in the same way the Pittsburgh Steelers D-line is always great, that's part of their identity, the Packers offensive line, I mean, they know how to develop them, coach them. You've got guys in front of you that you can learn, so that'd be one saving grace to the O-line.
Did you read the strengths?
Oh, the strengths. Let's see here.
Because I got him from Josh DiMaggio.
Physical.
This must be a Josh DiMaggio guy.
Okay.
First step burst and good bend to create danger in the gaps. Strength to drive lateral blocks into the backfield. Exceptional chase speed to close hard off the backside. Speed to power rush knocks pass setting tackles off their mark. Has bend to turn and flatten the edge and hunt the passer. Will threaten guards with length and quickness as a sub-rusher inside. Traits, versatility, and upside make his development a matter of when and not if.
So if that's the case, why do they have 1.5 sacks?
Because he has a whole bunch of potential. That's what it is. 14 solo tackles, 31 total tackles. That's a stud, man. That's potential.
If the Packers get him, I hope he becomes the next Myles Garrett. It's like he was modeled after. Myles Garrett was productive in college.
I wonder if Myles Garrett probably had 4.5 sacks in 2 games.
Look it up.
Oh, I'll take the time to look at Myles Garrett college stats.
Well, I tell you about the Princeton Club, because you can have a strong body and a strong mind while helping create a strong community at the Princeton Club. No goal is too small or too big. You simply just got to get started by taking the tour, looking around the facilities. It's the cleanest health clubs you're going to see in Wisconsin, and you can find your better tomorrow. Open 24/7, free childcare with the membership, new equipment coming in. They're investing in the clubs so that when you go in, you don't have to look around and think, is this the spot for me? You always know when you walk in, when you look around, you have the best equipment and the best ability to become the best version of you and find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. What we got, Kyle?
Well, can't see how many games, but his freshman year as a true freshman, 11.5 sacks. He had a total of 53 tackles, and his sophomore year had 12.5 sacks with a total of 59 tackles. And he had a little fall off his junior year, played 11 games, had 8.5 sacks and a total of 33.
I got his game log for that 12.5 sack year. He had a 3.5 sack game. He had another 3 sack game.
Is it against quality opponents?
3.5 sacks. Nevada. So.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying that this kid played against quality opponents every single week? He played in the SEC. They play at least, two cupcakes? 3 cupcakes?
True.
And he didn't eat cupcakes that day.
But Josh DiMaggio says A&M doesn't rush the passer from the edge that way. #film guy.
All right. So Josh be jumping for joy for Shamar Stewart. He probably was jumping for joy for Quay Walker. He probably jumped for joy for Lucas Van Ness.
Jim, Matt, and Molly up next in Madison, the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We're with you till 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. In 2 minutes.
Southbound on 41. Looks like we've got an issue basically at the Good Hope Road area, the 2 left lanes are blocked. There is a crash there at the end of the Good Hope Road on-ramp, so something to keep in mind. On the northbound side of 145, looks like the right lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle. This is right where 145 meets up with 41. Northbound 41 also backing up from Blue Mound Road all the way up past Burleigh. Southbound 43 backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound slowing down from just before the Marquette all the way up to Key.